Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to a live stream from here on board the MSC Seashore. I'm Chillie, your host, the old fat travel guy. I just wanted to do a live stream today since I didn't do one yesterday, other than my new show, of course. We are currently in the Caribbean Sea, roughly just off the northern side of Cuba, right opposite Havana. So we're pretty close to Havana, Cuba, heading toward Ocean K, the private island of MSC, which we will dock there tomorrow. I'm looking forward to going on shore and seeing how they have developed as far as accessibility issue goes. So that'll be fun. Hopefully we'll have nice weather. Although it's when we got away from the coast of Mexico and got out into the open water, and we're back to pretty churned up seas. Lots of white caps, a lot of wind, but it's been a beautiful day. I was actually hoping to do this outside, but the wind was just awful. And so I said, man, that's going to be howling and making a lot of noise. So I said, I'm just going to come inside. So anyway, also the reason I did this at this time, because I didn't want to conflict with our buddy Jason Garland up there in Pittsburgh. He's doing something at 5 o'clock. So I didn't want to conflict with him on that. So I said, well, we'll go at 4. So if you're out there, feel free to join in. If you got any questions or thoughts or comments about cruising today, feel free to ask them. Several things have happened today worth pointing out. Most of you know, hi Amy, hi Sonny, good to see you guys. Y'all are aware of the issues that I've had on getting on board the ships with the problems with the requirement that scooters have to be in your cabin. They won't allow you to take delivery of the scooter at the terminal. So the resulting, I have to ask for wheelchair service to get on board, which they provide. The problems that I've had on both the cruises I've been on is that I was actually boarded before the cabins were ready, so I couldn't go directly to the cabins, and I was parked somewhere. And in the case with MSC last Saturday, when the cabins were ready and they made that announcement, I requested for the wheelchair guy to come back and pick me up and take me up to the cabins to get my scooter. And that was refused. And I was told that I would have to, I asked them how I'm supposed to get there. They said, well, you got to walk. Well, I can't walk. Well, we're sorry, we can't take you to the cabin. So, I mean, I had my walker with me, so wasn't the end of the world. It's just that in getting into the terminal, I'd already had to do about a 50-yard walk, which was quite a bit for me. So I went on and made it, got the scooter, and we went on with it. And I've talked to a couple of people in customer service about the issue, making sure that I would be able to have wheelchair service off the vessel Saturday when we get in, and to make sure that they were going to do those hiccups again. Well, this afternoon I came up with the guest services manager, I guess his title is. And when I told him what had happened, and when I told him that whoever I was talking to, and I didn't get the name or position of the person, which was my mistake. I thought that when I told him that they said, well, you're going to have to walk, I thought the man was going to go apoplectic. I mean, he was follically challenged. Let's put it this way: he was a little balding on top. The top of his head got beef red. I thought he was going to explode. He said, "Absolutely not. He's here to have wheelchair service to your scooter in your cabin. Period." So he took all kinds of notes on what had been said and when it was said. A description of the person that said it. So anyway, he's going to follow up on that one. He also sent a message through to the Divina. I get on the Divina Sunday, also an MSC ship. I guess he sent a message to his equal person over there to make sure that this was not going to happen Sunday when I check into the Divina. So I felt pretty good about the response to it. So for no other reason, it's been a success, and we fixed one minor problem. Other than that, I have loved this ship so far. I mean, the food has been excellent. The entertainment has been fabulous. The service and the response of staff all over the ship is just huge. It's as good or better than any cruise I've ever been on. So I'm become very much a fan of MSC. Keep in mind, folks, the reason I booked MSC was because they had they were running a deal with no solo supplement add-on. So I got a straight up solo traveler, straight up one person fee, as opposed to having to pay double when most of the other cruise lines charge 100% solo supplement. So that made this a bargain. And it also, I've tried to find people that were helping solos out somewhat, and that's who I'm booking with now. So my first 4 cruises, 3 of them are MSCs for that very reason. And now I've booked another MSC cruise, the inaugural of the Seascape in December, which is not the bargain, but I want to see the new ship. I want to be involved on an inaugural cruise, which I've never been on before. So we're going to do that. So hopefully we'll have a good day tomorrow in Ocean Key. I'm looking forward to that. There's all kinds of interesting information online about what they're doing there and the projects. I'm not going to get into all that. But anyway, Sonny just asked, have they had solo get-togethers? That's a good question, Sonny. The first 2 nights, they had a solo get-together on the calendar at 6 o'clock, and my dining time is 6 o'clock. By the time I got done with dinner, in both cases, if they had it, it was gone. And I don't know. The same thing happened with Freedom of the Seas. I never got to the meetings because they were scheduled right on the early dining time, and I have early dining almost all the time. So that hasn't worked out, Sonny, as yet. Whether there's a lot of solos on this cruise or not, I couldn't tell you. We are so sailing at such a small number. I don't even know if there's a good group of solos or not. Not even sure. By the way, in case some of you haven't followed the numbers on this one, this ship can carry 5,600 passengers. We're sailing at 1,100. It's at 20%. So it was supposed to go at 40% in the last 2 weeks. roughly half, I guess, because of Omicron. The other thing, and every time this has come up, either on my show or any of the interviews I've done, or with the New York Times, who's still checking in on me regularly. As a matter of fact, they're going to have a photographer meet me when I disembark for a photo session. So they're going to take pictures of a big fat guy. Wow. But anyway, that will be used when this podcast kicks off in March. And I'm going to be on episode 2. So they'll be the pictures used to promote the program, I assume. But anyway, I have felt 100% safe on both of these cruises, much like I said I would. Yes, I wear my mask when I'm not, because I'm talking. I have afternoon beverage. By the way, cheers. It's cocktail hour somewhere. We social distancing practiced on the ship almost exclusively in the show the other night. There was the restaurants, even the buffet. Every other table. The only time I've seen it crowded at all was day before yesterday on the pool deck, which was our first really good, hot, sunny day, and it got pretty packed up there. Not packed like it used to, but for this ship right now, it was a pretty good crowd. But still, I have not felt unsafe at all. So if you got anybody out there thinking about going cruising, take it from an old fat guy. Now's a good time to go. It really is. Now, obviously, I'm vaccinated and I'm boosted, but I am very comfortable with the protocols that have been developed and are in place. And I'm not seeing anybody screwing around with it. I mean, there's once in a great while you might see somebody walk in from outside that forgot to pull their mask up and pull it on real quick. And that doesn't even happen very often. So yeah, it's been a good 2 cruises for me so far, and I'm hoping the third one will do the same. I did, since this came up in some past questions or conversations, they ran a special yesterday from the laundry room. You could get 20 articles of clothing laundered for $45, I think it was $40, $45, something like that. As you know, I'm on, the second cruise. I was more concerned with my warmer clothes because I've worn them a lot. But anyway, so I got everything that was dirty and sent it to the laundry, and so I have clean clothes ending up this cruise and going into Davina next week. So my suitcase will be full of clean clothes again. Sitting here looking out at the water, it's just, it's amazing. It's beautiful, of course, but it's choppy, white caps, as far as you can see. The ship itself is smooth. It's not rocking and rolling or anything. We're sailing at about 18 and a half knots. So we were at 20 knots earlier, so he's cut the speed a little bit. Might be because we're going around Cuba. As I say, we're just probably right past Havana now on the north side of the island of Cuba. And these folks that you see get stranded out in the waters between Cuba and the U.S. especially. Man, I wouldn't want to be out there in any small small craft, because those swells they're pretty good sized swells. So anyway, that's my take on it. Yesterday in Cozumel, those of you that watched my show this morning know I went to the No Name Bar, which was Elizabeth on Location's favorite hangout. I got to meet Alma and all the gang there. No Name Bar is a bar right near the Barracuda Hotel in Cozumel. It's known primarily as a spot for crew members. When they get a day off the ships in Cozumel, a lot of them go by there. There's a big grocery store like right across the street, so they can pick up their supplies, come in and have a little lunch, relaxation. There's a small pool, a bar. The drinks are good. The food's good. Obviously the hospitality is wonderful. So next time you go to Cozumel, if you want something to do, stop by and see Alma and her gang there at the No Name Bar. I love it. I'll be back in Cozumel next week. Probably I'm going to go right back there again. I actually didn't. I didn't interview any of the crew members yesterday. I would like to have, so I'm probably going to go back and just see if I can engage any of the crew members in interviews and see about what ships they're on. Talk about life at sea. So, all right, let's see who's over now in the chat room today. Amy's with us. She really enjoyed Ocean K. I hope you'll enjoy it too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. A lot of the research and stuff that they're doing there is fascinating to me. So I'm looking forward to that. Lizzie Lou's with us. Of course, Lizzie Lou and I will be sailing together in May 23rd of 23 on the group cruises for solos out of Athens. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, I have not decided. Probably when I get home and sit down and look at the bank account and figure out how far my pennies are going to stretch, I'm probably going to go on and book the transatlantic on Brilliance of the Seas before the group cruise, which goes to Civitavecchia, that's Rome, and then does a 7-nighter from Civitavecchia to Athens, and then it will be the group cruise for Cruises for Solos. So I think I'm probably going to do all of it together. So I might as well. Yeah, only live once, right? So anyway, I'll be looking forward to. That's the first time I get to meet Lizzie Lou. I'll be on the group cruise. Looking forward to that. Carol's with us. Hi, Carol. How are you finding the entertainment? Man, I tell you what, I am so glad you guys pushed me into getting out of my comfort zone and going to bed at night. The show was, I did the show 2 nights ago. It was just phenomenal. I was in complete awe of some of the acts within the show. It was not the make-believe kind of theme is not my particular style of thing, but the talent of the kids in that show was just unbelievable. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Then last night the theater was dark, and I went to one of the bars just to enjoy a little music, and they had a gal in there playing the keyboards and singing 60s, 70s, 80s songs, which was in my wheelhouse. I just thoroughly enjoyed that. I wanted so badly to get up and dance, and I can't do that anymore. But yeah, she was just awesome. So I may try to slip back in and see her again tonight. Also, there's another show, different show tonight in the theater. I'll have to look at my schedule to see for sure what I'm going to do tonight because I haven't planned it out a little bit. I did some work this afternoon, and quite frankly, folks, I laid down and took a nap. So, my first thought was to go up on the pool deck and get some sun and maybe get in the hot tub. And I said, that's calling me. So I took a little nap instead. So, have you tried BBC cocktail? BBC, not sure what that stands for in a cocktail. At least it's not coming to mind. But no, I don't think I have. Again, my foray into unknown drinking this week has been with the Brandy Alexander. And I've had now 4 or 5 of them. Oh, man, I've fallen in love with it. I've got to get a pina colada. I haven't had a pina colada on this cruise. I had one on Freedom last week. I'm going to have to get a pina colada, too. I have not tried a pina colada on this ship. Now, I have tried my Elijah Craig. The interesting thing, since we're talking about drinking, I think I might have mentioned it on the show this morning. They don't have Diet Coke. It's called Coke Light. I've never seen it. The cans look like in our U.S. Diet Coke cans. Now, remember, this is not necessarily, even though it sails out of Miami, it's not. I'm not sure where they're getting their supply of Coke from. But it's Coke Light. And it's definitely a different flavor. So much so that I have now, at lunch today, I had a straight Coke, which I never drink straight Coke. It tasted a little bit different than Coke does back in the States. So when I got my adult beverage here for this show this afternoon, I got Elijah and Coke rather than Elijah and Diet Coke, since it's not Diet Coke. But anyway, yeah, no. I'm not sure what a BBC cocktail is, Lizzie. Carol says, we've had 13 inches of snow, 13 more to come. Yuck. Oh, man, you can have that. John had something like 60 below wind chill factors up there in Minnesota. Yeah, that's not for me either. Amy says, I know there couldn't be a policy that forbid crew from helping wheelchair or handicapped cruisers to their cabin. I'm sure the guest service managers are going to lighten this up. He's going to talk to somebody, I promise you, because that man, I thought he was going to have a stroke. So, but I did feel good about it. I mean, that's not the first time, Amy, that's happened to me. I've had that happen on several other ships that I've been on, where I'd had to walk as opposed to getting wheelchair service. There for a while, Carnival would only take you to the elevator. They would not take you beyond the elevator. And that was before I got to the point where I am now. Because some of the Carnival ships that I was on had to go miles. The Norwegian Sun, I had to walk quite a bit. That was the first time I got a scooter. Was in the middle of that cruise because of the walking that they required. So Lizzie says, looking forward to that group cruise. Yeah, there's some fun people. I've chatted with some of them online, Lizzie. We got some crazy folks from Texas coming on that one. There's just some ladies that I've been having a ball with. commenting back and forth that are from Texas. I'm looking forward to meeting the New Zealand couple. But yeah, we're getting a pretty good group put together. That's a nice group so far. And then of course Pete and Allison and I'll be there, so we're gonna have fun no matter what, guaranteed. So I saw BBC on MSC cocktail menu. It's like milkshake. Oh, it's like a milkshake. Oh, okay. BBC. I will check that one out. Let's see. I don't see it. My bartender guy's on the other side. But yeah, I will check that one out. All right, guys. Like I say, I just wanted to throw a live in, see if anybody popped in to see us. As always, try to keep a little information flowing your way. Again, if you guys are ever in Cozumel, go see Alma and the gang at No Name Bar at the Barracuda Hotel. Give you a nice little chance to meet some local folk, a good local bar, which has always been one of my favorites to do when I'm ashore. So, and they obviously tremendously welcoming to me. Put the nice sign out welcoming me. That was pretty cool. So I did hear from Elizabeth. She is on board the Meraviglia. Of course, I think it sails at 5:30 today. 5:30 or 6 I saw. And her only comment was, "Oh my God, this ship is huge." So Meraviglia is a big ship. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up from here. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock for Travel and Cruise Industry News. And then our visit to Ocean Cay tomorrow afternoon. So for now, this is the Old Fat Travel Guy. We'll see you guys sometime tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. Wear your masks. Think about cruising. And hopefully one day we'll all meet on the high seas. Later, y'all. I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.